Every relationship you have in your life with family, friends, partners, colleagues is a mirror of the relationship you have with yourself. If you are harsh and critical inside, then that is what you accept from others and what you expect from others too. If on the other side you are kind, compassionate, and respectful towards yourself, that is the energy that you magnetically attract into your life. Welcome to week 5 of the 90-day challenge to reclaim the authentic you. This week it's all about nurturing relationships, starting with the relationship towards ourselves. And just like in previous weeks, I will cover 7 micro questions, tasks, activities for you to take the time to self-reflect, delve deep inside, and figure out if things are working or if things can be improved in order for you to really touch base with who you truly are. So on day 1, it's all about how we relate to ourselves sets the tone for how our interactions with other people are. If we don't expect people to like us because we don't like ourselves, then when someone pays us a compliment, we push back and we reject. We don't let it come in. We almost create a barrier for anything good to filter in because that is what our expectation is. So if we stop projecting into the world what the harshness and we flip that and we make it kindness and compassion and self-respect, self-trust, that we are showing up for ourselves. We're creating evidence and proof over the previous 4 weeks and then this week where we're taking action. We're getting to tap in and really figure out who we truly are and how we talk to ourselves. Now, I've mentioned before, would you talk to a 5-year-old version of yourself in a harsh, critical manner? Yet, as adults, we do it on a daily basis and multiple times during the day. So how can we empower and motivate ourselves to take action for us to do the things that we aspire and want to do when we are being harsh and critical? So by becoming aware of how we talk to ourselves, then we can tap into, well, what can I do to adjust and make changes that are going to shift the way that I talk to myself, the way that I view myself. Very few people will honestly say that they truly unconditionally love and respect themselves, because most of us are conditioned from early childhood that in order for us to be lovable and for us to belong and for us to have good things in life, we've got to be the good girl. We need to be the people pleaser. We need to deliver and achieve things in life. And that puts a lot of pressure because it's all about us being productive and us doing things instead of us just being. When we come into this world, we're perfect human babies that, like, everything is available to us, but then through the years that just gets clouded. So day 1, tap in. How are you talking to yourself? And therefore, how are you expecting other people to treat you? If you're being harsh and mean to yourself, are you expecting people to be kind and compassionate towards yourself? Do you accept a compliment when it's being offered? Do that self-reflection. On day 2, it's about boundaries being bridges and not walls. I used to believe that boundaries were a wall that you put to protect yourself. So it was almost like, I'm protecting my energy, I'm protecting my well-being by pushing people away. But in actual fact, the people that truly respect you and love you and care for you need to be educated and shown by you leading by example. What do you tolerate? What do you expect? So going back to day 1, if you're critical and judgmental for yourself, is that what you're expecting from others? Or is it that you're like, no, I don't want someone to speak down to me and make me feel that I'm not a good person. I want to be treated with respect. I want to be treated with kindness. And therefore, you can Tell people that you will not tolerate a behavior that maybe is just a pattern that's been happening for years, that you need things to change. And then it becomes a bridge, because you can then still have that relationship, but it is on a healthier basis rather than old patterns and stories and behaviors that no longer serve anyone. Now, I've done another kind of series on boundaries because there might be some pushback, but this is about focusing on our internal relationship with ourselves. What we will tolerate from people? What are the things that we were like, no, I am not going to accept you speaking to me in that tone or in that manner, or no, you're not being fair the way that you're interacting with me. Then day 3, it's about listening to connect. And it also includes listening to that internal dialogue. How are we talking to ourselves? And come from a place of compassion and non-judgment. But when you're interacting with people, it's about listening to connect with them, not trying to think, oh, what am I going to respond back with? And that is something that I've full disclosure, it is something that I have been actively working on during the past 2 years since I have done my coaching training, because I used to think I was an active, I was an active listener. But in actual fact, I didn't. I listened enough to already make an assumption and a judgment, and therefore I thought I had a solution and then I would jump in. But in actual fact, the person didn't feel that they were being heard, and therefore the connection was strained and potentially there was tension in that relationship. So slow down, listen to how are you listening to your inner dialogue? How are you showing up and listening when you're interacting with other people? And then day 4, which links to day 3, is about offering genuine support and not trying to fix things. And this is where, if you're offering advice and solutions to people that have not asked for that, then you're disempowering them. It's almost as if you're saying, I do not trust you, I do not respect you, that you have got the capabilities to figure things out, or for you to try things and experiment and see what will work, what won't work, and you can figure it out. So this is where on day 3, it's about, are we actively listening in order to make a connection? And then on day 4, are we offering genuine support? Because sometimes you just need a shoulder to sort of like lean on, rather than someone that's going to offer you the full kind of solution. Then on day 5, it's about reflecting on one of your relationships and how that has grown over time. And by that, what I mean is you can either do the kind of internal. So if you've never had a healthy relationship with yourself, if you've not genuinely liked yourself, then maybe starting there. Write down all the things that you don't like about yourself, and then think really deeply of all the things that you genuinely do like things about yourself. Now, it might not be physical kind of attributes. It might not be, oh, I love my eyes and I like my shoulders and I really dislike my hair and I don't like my fingers, whatever. It might be physical kind of attributes. It might be traits that you have. I am kind. I am resilient. I am strong. I am a generous person with my time and with my affection. Whatever it might be, tap in and see how much your relationship with yourself has grown. And if you can't look back, set the goalpost now. Start on week 5, on day 5, where you sort of like see what your relationship with yourself is, and start putting some kind of rituals and routines in place that is going to strengthen and shift it from any negative to a positive, because we've all got something that we like about ourselves. And by doing this whole challenge, it's about us not just finding our authentic us, It's about finding the beauty that is within us all. We are all energetic beings choosing to have this life experience. And we are wonderful and magnificent. We don't need to have it all figured out. We're all works in progress. There's always going to be things that we can learn more, do more, grow more. But let's just acknowledge that we are alive and well in this moment in time. Our bodies have brought us to this present moment. And no matter what the internal dialogue might have been, it might have been harsh, but we've survived and we've reached this point in time. And now we get to almost like build that kind of level, fresh slate where we can actually start building the foundations of how do we truly want to show up for ourselves? And this is where, over the past 2.5 years, I used to say I thought I was okay, I was fine, but really deep down, there was times where I really disliked and hated myself. But over the past 2.5 years, doing all this inner work where I've been delving in and sort of like listening to the internal harsh, critical voices within my head and leaning in and asking them, why? Why are you so mean and harsh? Is it because you need to do more, you need to be more? Do you need external validation to prove that you are worthy of being loved? And the first person that needs to love you is you. And I'm genuinely, that has been my mission. I have flipped it from disliking myself, not just physically, but also emotionally and mentally, because I was so harsh and critical towards myself. I expected so much of myself, when in actual fact, I'm responsible of taking care of this body, taking care of this mind, and taking care of this heart and the emotions. And my soul has got the answers. And if I tap in and go inwards, I can figure everything out. So, look at the kind of relationship that you have with yourself. If that just doesn't feel right for you right now, maybe try with your closest relationship. See how that is evolved. How do you speak to your partner or to your child, whatever that relationship may be? And then maybe mirror that back towards yourself. If you're kind and compassionate to them, then mirror it back and be kind and compassionate to yourself. Then on day 6, it's about embracing solitude. And if this is something that you've never done, maybe start with 5 minutes. Spend 5 minutes where you're doing nothing. No phone, no book, no TV, no conversation, no interaction, no drinking or eating. Just being present. Just being with yourself. And lean in and figure out, what am I feeling? What am I thinking? Am I feeling comfortable? Am I enjoying this? Is it uncomfortable? And if it is uncomfortable, ask the question, what makes it uncomfortable? Is it because you've never done it before and it's unfamiliar? Or is it because there is another belief, another, that you feel guilty that you're taking up time, or that you've got a massive to-do list and you need to be doing more stuff? So lean into what are you feeling in that solitude, and then start building it up. Get to the point where you can spend 20 minutes, half an hour on your own without doing, just being and experiencing the emotions, the thoughts, not judging them, but being kind and compassionate. This becomes the foundation for how you then become your authentic you, but you love yourself in the process of doing this. Day 7 is about deepening a connection. Now, that can be the connection with yourself, how you're talking to yourself, how you're showing up, the care that you're giving yourself, because I've mentioned it before. We're all a cup, and if our cup is empty, then our energy is low and we have got less to give to everyone around us. Where if our cup is full, then the overflow then it becomes a no-brainer. We can give more because we've got more energy to give. We're being the best version of ourselves. We're not feeling depleted and drained, and then we're not going into a harsh negative kind of spiral. We're in that kind of positive but energized, vitalized version of ourselves. If going and doing the internal work towards yourself is something that is just too uncomfortable, then maybe touch base with that on day 5, that relationship that means is so precious to you. Then maybe deepen that. Maybe spend more quality time together rather than like just being busy and doing things or just spending time, but you're on your devices or you're watching TV or you're doing something, but you're not actually communicating. So deepen that relationship. Now, if you've stuck in to 16 minutes, thank you very much. And I've actually got a free resource that I've been creating every single week as this challenge is progressing. So there's 4 weeks plus then week 5, I've got that as well, where I've got 7 LinkedIn posts, which is a bit of inspiration and motivation, some different kind of questions, and then these micro tasks that I'm covering in the video today, but maybe the wording is slightly different. So if you want to again access to this week's free resource or all the previous weeks, my details are in the description below. Just send me an email and I will happily send that out to you. If this content has resonated, let me know in the comments below. What is your key takeaway? What is the one thing that you're going to do this week? And if you're not already subscribed and you want a lot more of this kind of content, because there's another few weeks of this challenge remaining, then please hit the like and the subscribe and maybe even the notifications. If there's someone in your life that would benefit from this kind of inner coaching of delving deep and reconnecting with who you authentically are, and what are the things that energize you, bring you joy and contentment, so you can be the best version of yourself, you can be energized and revitalized and love yourself, then please share it with them. So until the next time, remember there's always choices in life, so choose wisely and go out and seize the day. Have the most amazing day. Bye.